I'm inside and I saw the Twilight Zone episode 21, Mirror Image. It is directed by John Brom, written by Rod Serling, and if you haven't seen this episode, I will spoil it for you. This episode starts, we're seeing Millicent in a bus station. She goes up to the ticket man, asks, hey, when will the bus be here? And this man is immediately very aggressive with her. Hey, you asked 30 minutes ago, you asked 15 minutes ago. Stop asking me, lady. The bus will not be here every time you ask. It won't take multiple asks just for the bus to get faster and faster. And she's freaking out. She's like, I didn't ask. This is the first time that I've asked about the bus. What is going on? And then her bag is behind the counter, already checked. She's like, but my bag's over there. And then the bag's gone. It's like, what is happening here? What a weird episode. And then she goes into the bathroom. She's like, oh man, this is weird. This is insane. And the woman attendant there, she's like, you've already been to the bathroom. What's up with you? Are you okay? She's like, I think I might be going insane. She looks in the frickin' mirror. Sees a reflection of herself in the mirror. She's like, what? What? And I think if I were her, I definitely wouldn't make as big of a problem as she is making it for other people. She's like, can't you believe me? I see me. I see myself. What's going on? She goes to where she was sitting. And while the bag is there, it's not anywhere checked, and the bag is removed from the checking place, and it's like, oh, geez. I wonder what this could possibly be about. I think my first thought was maybe she's a past version of herself, and then what she's seeing is a future version of herself. Maybe she's 15 minutes behind. That was my first thought, but I was very confused. I was just like, how? What is going on here? And then, she goes to an elderly couple sleeping. The elderly couple is like, well, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen a person there. Leave me alone. And then she just leaves him alone. It's fun. And then we got a guy. He's like, oh, it's been pouring outside. Drenched. Oh, man, you left this outside. I'm like, man, you left something outside? Lady Millicent, what? This is careless of you. But also, how did this guy know that this was your bag? Maybe because you're the only chick in here? I mean, did he go ask the other elderly couple that, hey, is this your stuff? Oh, no. Nope, it's not. It doesn't show it on screen, but you know what's fun? She's like, oh man, I'm freaking out. I think I'm seeing double. I think I'm seeing myself. I think I'm freaking out. She explains the entire situation to him. He is not at all, I guess you think you're insane. No, he's not like this right now. However, she's about to go into the bus. The bus pulls into the station. She sees herself on the bus. And so she's like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna freak out. She just runs back in the bus. You know what I would have done in this situation? I would have not freaked out. I would have sat next to myself. I would have confronted myself. I would have been like, hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, what's up? And then, it'd be fun and awkward conversation. I wouldn't freak out like this chick does. Because if you freak out like this chick does, you know what happens? The man who wants to take care of you for some reason is concerned for you. And you're talking, and he's like, what happened back there? She's like, I have this theory, something I read. Parallel universes, and there could be another version of me trying to take over me. And I'm like, okay, I know this is something you've read. I don't know why the guy decides to treat you as insane because you're starting to believe something you've read. That's like putting away somebody for believing in the Bible. Like, literally. What? What is this logic? What is this logic that this guy is operating on? But this guy goes to the ticket person, and be like, oh, she is pretty insane. Let's call the police on her. I'm like, dude, to the lady, to Millicent specifically, lady, do you not know what happens to people if you sound insane to them? Do you not know what happens whatsoever? You're going to get locked up and put into an insane asylum forever. Man, don't at all clue into anyone that you have these beliefs. Just don't mention them, and then you'll be safe. Like, what is going on with her? I don't know why she feels the need to spew all this nonsense, well, appearing nonsense, at this man, just stranger man, who's like, oh, she needs help. And of course, because the police are just showing up randomly, she's like, what? What? Why are the police here? And then she gets carried away, just gone. There she is. I'm like, man, it's really just that easy, huh? This man is like, oh, I'm content with myself. And I'm like, I don't think you should, but whatever. You do you, man. And so he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna set my bag down. I'm gonna sleep on this bench. Uh-oh, where'd my bag go? And then he sees a version of himself just running off. I'm like, oh, this is happening to you! Haha, got him! And he just chases himself, and then that guy runs off, and it's like, oh man, the cycle continues! Man, you should have listened to that chick, man. You should have just listened to her. I'm not exactly sure why I didn't decide to listen to her. Just thought that she was crazy instead of maybe thinking, huh, something weird is going on. Maybe she's having delusions. She thinks herself she's having delusions. Have you ever heard of a crazy person saying, oh man, I might be having delusions? No! No crazy person believes that they're having delusions, okay? A crazy person believes their reality is true. Not just questioning, oh, I have delusions. Maybe I have delusions. This person seems sane and normal. There's a few tells that you can have when dealing with a crazy person that is like actually crazy and believes in their own narrative. This lady is unfortunate having to deal with, oh, there's like a double version of me. Oh, geez, that's unsettling. I'm freaking out right now because this is not my world. If you're dealing with a crazy person, maybe you should look for signs such as, oh yeah, whatever I'm talking about is totally sane and normal. If she was crazy, she'd have brought up the two parallel people earlier in the episode. It would have been like the first thing she talks about. Then lock her up or whatever. But don't just lock her up because she said, oh, I read this somewhere. And it seems a little bit plausible now that I'm in a situation. I've read this somewhere. Instead of a crazy person, I believe would be like, oh, God gave me this message and told me that I gotta believe in this thing or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how crazy people operate, but definitely does not operate like Millicent does, who is hesitant, who's questioning her reality because it's different from whatever it has been. This episode is very up to interpretation. If you've ever seen this episode, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. I'm not exactly sure what is going on here. Maybe it's the parallel realities thing, but part of me is hesitant to accept that because it's like, maybe it's time travel. That was my first thought. Parallel realities make sense in the context of the story, but in reality, I don't know, man. I'm just not down with the parallel realities explanation, but we're in the Twilight Zone. It is very much plausible. Let me know what you think of this episode in the comments below. I gotta give this episode a solid 7.6 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want a fast track movie review, you can do that for $20 redeemos at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews, go to this link tree. Find the way you can help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. So you can go here. And until next time, mint salad sauce. See you later, my sour croutons and bacon bits. Well, I'm gonna go run off now. Wait, wasn't I just there? Wait, who is that? Was that me? I gotta go after them.